Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're doing a deep dive today
Oh, yeah.
into the world of Zimbabwe's economy.
Okay.
Specifically, we're going to be looking at their informal sector and a pretty groundbreaking approach to taxation that they're exploring.
Interesting.
Our main source for this is this really fascinating article
Okay.
from the Sunday Mail
Uh-huh.
titled, Informal Players Propose Tiered System for Taxation.
Sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
So what are we going to be looking at today?
Well, we'll get a sense of just how big Zimbabwe's informal economy is.
Okay.
And learn about this new tax system being proposed.
Right.
And even see how it connects to a similar system in Tanzania.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and we'll even break down some potential revenue numbers.
Awesome. I'm excited.
So first things first, how big is Zimbabwe's informal economy?
Well, according to the Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce, a whopping 71% of businesses operate informally.
Wow, 71%.
Yeah.
So that's like saying for every 3 businesses you see, only 1 is officially registered and paying taxes.
Right.
What does that mean for Zimbabwe's economy?
That's the key point, isn't it? I mean, it places this huge burden on the formally registered businesses.
Right.
They end up carrying the weight of the entire tax system.
Wow.
While most businesses aren't contributing their fair share.
Yeah.
And that imbalance can really stifle economic growth.
So that's the problem.
Yeah.
What's the solution?
Well,
What is Zimbabwe doing to address this?
the Confederation of Zimbabwe Retailers,
Okay.
or CZR,
Okay.
has stepped up with a bold proposition.
Okay.
A new tiered system
Right.
for something called a presumptive tax.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Presumptive tax.
Yeah,
Like that.
you're going to have to explain that one. Well, think of it this way.
Okay.
Imagine a simplified tax system
Okay.
where instead of tracking every single dollar you earn and deducting expenses,
Yeah.
you just pay a fixed amount
Okay.
based on your estimated income. That's the basic idea behind a presumptive tax.
Okay.
And in this case, the CZR wants to apply it to those smaller businesses,
Okay.
what they call MSMEs,
Got it.
micro, small, and medium enterprises.
Okay. So tell me more about this tiered system.
Sure.
How does that work?
They've divided these MSMEs
Okay.
into 3 tiers
Okay.
based on their annual turnover or how much money they bring in each year. Tier 1 is for businesses making up to $15,000 annually.
Okay.
These are your smaller businesses, like those small tuck shops or market stalls you might see.
So like a little neighborhood shop.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then you've got Tier 2,
Oh.
which is for businesses bringing in between $15,000 and $50,000 annually. Think of slightly larger tuck shops
Yeah.
or small independent stores.
Okay. And tier 3.
Tier 3 includes the bigger players among these MSMEs,
Okay.
those making between $50,000 and $100,000 a year.
Got it.
These are the larger stores,
Yeah.
often the ones you'd find in shopping malls.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I like how simple and straightforward it seems.
it is.
Each tier pays a fixed amount,
Yes,
like a flat fee, right?
that's right.
So how much are we talking about for each tier?
Tier 1 pays $500 annually.
Okay.
Tier 2 pays $1,500, and Tier 3 pays $3,000.
Okay.
It's designed to be predictable and easy to manage for businesses,
Yeah.
especially compared to tracking every single transaction.
That's really interesting. So did the CZR just come up with this idea out of thin air?
Well, not exactly.
That's fine.
They drew inspiration from a similar system that's been implemented in Tanzania.
Oh, really?
And you know what?
Right.
It's been wildly successful there.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Tell me more about this Tanzania connection.
Well, Tanzania's model has managed to bring over 40% of their informal businesses into the tax net.
Wow, 40%.
That's a huge accomplishment.
That's amazing.
Now imagine if Zimbabwe could achieve something similar.
Right. The potential is enormous.
Yeah.
This whole tiered system sounds like a game changer. But I'm curious.
Yeah.
How did Tanzania manage to pull that off?
Well, that's what we'll explore next.
Okay.
They had some clever strategies,
Right.
and we'll see if Zimbabwe can learn from their playbook.
Sounds like we're about to unpack a whole new layer of this story.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll dig into how Tanzania approached this and what lessons Zimbabwe might take away from their experience.
So we've got this model from Tanzania. They managed to bring over 40% of their informal businesses into the tax system. That's amazing.
Huh.
How did they pull that off?
I think one key factor was simplicity.
Okay.
They made the registration process straightforward and easy to understand.
Okay.
Especially for businesses that weren't used to dealing with complex tax paperwork.
So less bureaucracy, more user-friendly, right?
Exactly. They also focused on education and outreach, making sure businesses understood the benefits of formalization and how the new tax system worked. They partnered with community organizations, held workshops, really going the extra mile to build trust and encourage participation.
So it wasn't just like, here's the new tax system, pay up.
Right.
They actually put in the effort to educate and support these businesses.
Absolutely. And here's another clever tactic they used. They offered incentives. Businesses that registered and complied with the new system were given certain advantages.
Like what?
Like access to government loans or preferential treatment when bidding for contracts.
Ah, so it's more like a carrot and stick approach.
Yeah.
You get rewarded for joining the formal system and playing by the rules smart.
Exactly.
Now, the CZR in Zimbabwe, they're proposing something even more ambitious. They want to integrate value-added tax, or VAT, into their presumptive tax system.
That's right. It's all about streamlining the process.
So how would that work?
Here's how it would work. Businesses would collect VAT at a reduced rate from their customers, and then include that VAT payment as part of their fixed annual presumptive tax.
Okay, so it's like a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
You're collecting VAT on behalf of the government.
Right.
And that payment is already factored into your annual presumptive tax.
Exactly.
Does that make it easier for both the businesses and the tax authorities?
It does. It simplifies compliance for businesses. Since they don't have to file separate VAT returns.
Got it.
And for the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority, or ZimR, it means more efficient tax collection and less administrative burden. It could be a win-win for everyone involved.
Okay. I'm starting to see the potential here.
Yeah.
But let's talk numbers for a second.
Okay.
The CZR mentioned some potential revenue figures, right?
Right.
What kind of impact could this new system have on Zimbabwe's finances?
Their estimates are pretty impressive.
Okay.
They believe that just in Harere's central business district, this new system could generate over $50 million annually.
50 million.
Yeah.
Wow. And if they roll this out nationwide?
If it's implemented successfully across Zimbabwe, that figure could jump to a staggering $200 million annually.
That's a game changer.
Yeah.
We're talking about potentially doubling the tax revenue coming from these businesses. But hold on a second.
Yeah.
These are just estimates, right? What factors could influence whether those numbers become a reality?
You're absolutely right. A lot depends on the implementation process.
Okay.
The success of this system hinges on several things.
Okay. Like what?
First, getting buy-in from informal businesses.
Okay.
Will they be willing to register and comply?
Right.
Second, having a clear and efficient registration process. And third, ensuring that ZimRA has the capacity to manage this new system effectively.
So it's not just about designing a good system on paper. It's about execution.
Precisely. And that's why the CZR has proposed starting with a pilot program in Harare.
Smart move. It's like a test run before going national.
Exactly. Harare, with its large concentration of businesses.
Right.
And economic activity is the perfect place to test this system. Iron out any kinks and gather data before rolling it out to the rest of the country.
Okay, so the CZR is not just proposing this idea, they're actively involved in getting this off the ground. But how realistic is it? Can they actually pull this off?
Well, they have some key advantages that could help them succeed.
Okay, like what?
First, they have a vast network within the informal sector.
Right.
They can leverage those relationships to build trust.
Okay.
Educate business owners about the new system, and encourage participation. They can be the bridge between the informal sector and ZimRA.
So they're not just the brains behind the plan, they're also the boots on the ground helping make it happen.
Exactly. And they understand the needs and concerns of these businesses, which is crucial for designing a system that works for everyone. But they also face a big challenge.
Okay, what's the catch?
Convincing informal businesses to embrace formalization is going to be a tough sell. There's likely to be resistance.
Yeah, after all, they've been operating outside the system for so long, it's a big change.
Yeah.
What kind of concerns might they have?
Some businesses might be worried about increased costs, complex paperwork, or even a lack of trust in the government.
Right.
Others might simply prefer the flexibility and perceived freedom of operating informally.
So how do you address those concerns?
That's where the CZR's role becomes even more important. They need to clearly communicate the benefits of formalization, not just focusing on tax obligations, but also on the potential advantages.
Benefits like what?
Formalization can open doors to things like access to credit, government support programs, and the ability to bid on larger contracts. It can help businesses grow and thrive.
Right.
Plus, contributing to the tax system means contributing to the development of their communities.
Imagine what that extra tax revenue could mean for Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Better roads, schools, hospitals, and more opportunities for everyone. So it's not just about paying taxes. It's about investing in a better future for everyone.
Exactly. It's about creating a more stable and prosperous economy for all Zimbabweans.
It sounds like Zimbabwe is really trying to tackle this challenge head on. But, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
There are bound to be some bumps in the road, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What are some of the obstacles they might face?
Well, for one, making sure that ZimR, the tax authority, is adequately equipped to handle this influx of new taxpayers. They'll need resources, technology, personnel.
So it's not just about businesses adapting.
Right.
It's also about the government stepping up.
Yeah.
Making sure the infrastructure is in place.
Exactly. And then there's the issue of enforcement.
Oh, yeah, of course.
How do you ensure that businesses who register actually comply with the system and pay their taxes?
Right.
There needs to be a balance between encouraging participation and having effective mechanisms to address non-compliance.
So it's a delicate balancing act.
Yeah.
Making it easy for businesses to join the formal sector while also making sure everybody plays by the rules.
Right. And then there's the broader political and economic context to consider.
Oh, of course.
Zimbabwe's faced its share of challenges in recent years. So building trust in the government and ensuring transparency in the tax system will be crucial for the success of this initiative.
It's like a reminder that this isn't just about numbers and systems. It's about people trust.
Yeah.
And creating a sense of shared responsibility.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to remember that this is a long-term process.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Shifting a large portion of the economy from informal to formal doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
It requires patience, persistence, a willingness to adapt and learn along the way.
So it's not a quick fix. It's a journey.
Right.
And the CZR seems committed to seeing this through. But ultimately, what's the big picture here?
I think, well, for starters, increasing tax revenue means more resources available for public services, infrastructure development, and social programs that can have a ripple effect throughout the entire economy.
It's like investing back into the community, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and development.
Exactly. And bringing more businesses into the formal sector can also lead to increased job creation, higher wages, and greater economic stability.
Got it.
It can level the playing field, fostering fair competition and creating a more dynamic and resilient economy.
So potentially a win-win for everyone involved.
Yes, but it's important to be cautious.
Okay.
While the potential benefits are significant, success is not guaranteed.
Right.
There will be challenges, setbacks, and unexpected twists along the way.
Sure.
But the fact that Zimbabwe is taking on this challenge with such a creative and innovative approach is a reason for optimism.
Absolutely. It's a fascinating story of a nation trying to find its way towards a more inclusive and prosperous future.
That's right. And it raises some thought-provoking questions for all of us. Think about the economic landscape where you live. What role does the informal sector play?
Yeah.
Are there lessons that could be learned from Zimbabwe's experience? And what are the broader implications for the future of work, economic development in a globalized world?
Wow. Those are some great questions. It really makes you think about the complexities of economic systems and the importance of finding solutions that work for everyone.
Absolutely.
This has been a truly insightful deep dive.
It has.
And I encourage you all to explore this topic further.
Yeah, definitely.
What are your thoughts on Zimbabwe's approach? Share your insights and predictions with us. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.